Hello everyone, my name is Mayuri Suryanshi and today's topic is a muscular system. Muscles is a machine of converting chemicals, energy into mechanical work and transfer. Muscles tissue, all muscle tissue is composed of cells, muscle fibers and exhibits specific characteristics including the following. First is excitation, and second contractility, and third extensibility, and fourth is elasticity. First is excitability, means response to stimuli by initiating electric signals that spread across the plasma membrane and spark internal events leading to the muscle contraction. Second is a contractility, in the cell shortening, and third is extensibility. Extensibility means extending in a length in response to contraction of opposing muscle cells, and fourth one is elasticity. Elasticity means ability to the return to its original length when tension is released. First uh, first type of there are three main types of muscles: skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles and smooth muscles. That first is skeletal muscles. Contraction of skeletal muscles, it is a sliding of action over myosin in the presence of calcium, and skeletal muscles are attached to the bones by tendons, and contraction of skeletal muscles exert a pull on bone and movement. Most of skeletal muscles extend between bones. Then the less movable points of attachment of the muscles called as origin, and the movable called as insertion. How can we control the skeletal muscles contraction? Let's see. Skeletal muscle fibers contract only under the control of nervous system, and communication between nervous system and the skeletal muscle fibers occurs at a specialized intercellular connection known as a neuromuscular junction. What are the functions of skeletal muscles? First is a producing skeletal movements. Second is maintaining posture and body position, supporting soft tissues, guarding entrance and exits, then maintaining body temperature. Second type of muscular tissues are the cardiac muscles. Mm. Cardiac muscle fibers are individual muscle fiber arranged in a thick bundles like skeletal muscle fibers, but shorter and thicker, and have one or two nuclei. Cardiac muscle fibers from Y-shaped branches, and it is attached to the adjacent muscle fibers by junction termed as intercalated disc. Specific structure of cardiac muscle fibers are the intercalated disc, and generally centrally located single nucleus, and cardiac muscle fibers are thinner and shorter and skeletal muscles than skeletal muscles. Contraction of cardiac muscle fiber depends upon calcium and ECF, and calcium in extracellular fluid and sarcoplasmic reticulum. CMF are slower onset in contraction and resistance to fatigue, and CMF are controlled by a pacemaker at atomicity, and then the CMS depends upon the aerobic metabolism to maintain the energy. um, how can control the cardiac muscle contraction? By automaticity, autonomic intervention, and blood-borne chemicals. Third third and last type of the skeletal muscles are smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are small cells having one nucleus and capacity to divide, composed from thick and thin filament and dense body. Thick and thin filament don't organize into microfibrils. Then the slow onset contraction and may be tetanized, and the distance to the fatigue. Then a primary aerobic metabolism, it depends upon the extracellular fluid calcium to maintain the contraction. Next is what are the types of smooth muscles? First is a single unit smooth muscles, that is visceral smooth muscles. These smooth muscles are found for an example of the wall of the gastrointestinal tract, gallbladder, urinary bladder, and other internal organs. Second type of smooth muscle is a multi-unit smooth muscle, found for example in iris of eye, then a male reproductive gland, and wall of large arteries. Then following are some clinical terminology related to the muscular system. First is a convulsion. Convulsion is a series of involuntary contraction of the voluntary muscles, produce hypoglycemia, hypokalemia, metabolic disturbance, and hormonal imbalance, brain cells injury, then the stroke, and anorexia, hemorrhage, high fatigue, and epilepsy. Second is a cramp. Cramp means a painful spasmodic muscular contraction. Creatinine, non-protein substance synthesized in the body from the three amino acids, that is arginine, glycine, and methionine. These are present in the muscle to store the high energy phosphate necessary for the muscle contraction. Next is the endurance, the ability to sustain and activity over a period of time. And the fibrosis. Fibrosis means it is a process in which a muscle tissue is replaced by fibrous connective tissue, and making muscle weaker and less flexible. And hypertonia means abnormality, increased tonicity, and or strength. And muscle atrophy means skeletal muscles that is not regularly stimulated by motor neuron loses muscle tones and mass, and the reduction in muscle size, tone, and power is called atrophy. Next is muscle fatigue, shortness of the muscle. The muscle dystrophy means degenerative myopathies that produce muscle weakness and atrophy. So that's all. It's all about the muscular system. Thank you.